You are not hiding. That is the first thing to understand. 3 million years ago, on the East African savannah, your ancestor was not crouched in a cave praying for dawn. They are sitting at the edge of a fire, reading the dark with the focused attention of someone who has been doing this every night of their life, because they have. The fire is not comfortable. It is a calculated perimeter. The light reaches roughly 4 meters. Your group has positioned itself so that no approach from any direction goes unlit for more than a second or two. This was not designed in any conscious sense. It was inherited from the behavioral residue of every ancestor who positioned themselves slightly better and lived, and everyone who didn't. What is out there tonight has a name that came 3 million years later: Dinofelis. Not the cartoon saber-tooth, something more precise. Leopard-sized, low-slung, with canine teeth built for a specific kind of kill. And researchers excavating the cave site at Swartkrans in South Africa found hominin skulls, your direct ancestors' skulls, with puncture marks that matched Dinofelis canines almost perfectly. This animal had learned that primates were worth hunting, that we were catchable. It had built a hunting strategy around us specifically. So your ancestors built a counter strategy around it. Here is what that looked like. The group never fully sleeps, not in shifts that anyone assigned in overlapping layers of partial consciousness that the group arrived at through the same inherited logic as the fire placement. Someone is always at 60%. Someone is always listening. And what they are listening for is not the predator. It is the silence that arrives when the predator gets close, because the insects stop, the night birds go quiet, and the acoustic texture of the savannah changes in a way that a tuned nervous system registers before the conscious mind catches up. That is the weapon, not the fire, not the spear. The weapon is the group's collective sensory architecture, distributed across 15 individuals, monitoring the same environment from slightly different positions and angles, and communicating through sounds and body language so compressed and precise that they convey threat level, direction, and confidence in under 2 seconds. Dinofelis, for all its anatomical precision, is hunting alone. It is optimized for ambush for a prey animal that panics, separates, makes noise, and runs. Your ancestors' group does none of those things. They still go. They compress toward the fire. They produce a coordinated, low warning that every member of the group reads instantly. And the predator, whose entire hunting strategy depends on isolation and panic, finds neither. It moves on. This happened thousands of times, not always successfully. The fossil record is honest about that. But the ones who made it through didn't just survive. Each night that worked was a data point. Each sound, each silence, each behavioral cue that proved reliable got reinforced. The group that trusted each other's signals survived. The group that didn't. That is what 3 million years of nights like this one actually built. Not just a species that survived a predator. A species that learned to read each other with such precision, to coordinate under pressure with such efficiency, and to trust the group's distributed intelligence over any single individual's instinct, that those capacities became the foundation of language, of culture, of everything. The predator didn't just fail to kill your ancestor, it built them.